Peace, y'all. It's your girl, Autecia, and I'm back at it with another video for y'all. And honestly, I am just so grateful. I just finished up a great growth chat with my PL fam, and it just gave me the motivation to do this video because, like sometimes we kind of like get in our own way, but having that community having a community that literally just ignites and invigorates a fire within you and just gives you that motivation to keep going is just so beautiful. And I'm so grateful that God just has brought me in the presence of so many beautiful people that I have literally never met in person, but like I already know the link up gonna be fire. Okay? Like I already know, but I'm just grateful because I've been in a lot of different communities, but this community is just like so unique and it's just so pure. And it's really what I've been searching for, even when I was, joining other communities. It was just like, just the pureness of it, the purpose, of it all, the intention behind it, the spirit ledness of it. Like, it's just so beautiful. And so, that's what prompted this video because I just wanted to talk about something that I have been knowing for a long time, but like finally I'm able to put words to it. And it's the knowing that like a good thing is not always a God thing. And I think a lot of times, like, we think that we're doing something major or just something that's just like this ultimate just expression of our love for God. And sometimes it's not even for God. Sometimes it's for that external validation. Sometimes it's for something external of you. It's for another person. And a lot of times we'll do these things thinking that we're doing good. And it might very much be good in itself, but is that what God told you to do though? Like, and a good thing is not always a God thing. And it's like I'll also equate it back to like dating as well. Like I've come across paths with some really good men and they were good, you know what I'm saying? But they weren't who God had for me. You know what I mean? And I knew that. It was just like, you're a good person. You're generous. You're kind. You're compassionate. You're a decent human being. You know what I'm saying? You actually care about me. You actually check in. It's like everything. Like if you go on if you got a checklist, like they check off 80, 70, 65. Like, I'm not gonna give them too much. I think the 65% of the list is good. The rest, you know, they might have needed work in that area or whatever, but in essence, they're a good person, right? But it's like I know that person wasn't the person that God had for me. You might be like, "How do you know that, Altisha?" And it's just like because like I'm looking for the record, I'm not looking for nobody, but I am waiting patiently. Actually, I'm waiting patiently for my soulmate, and it's just like, I think, and not just my soulmate, but my soul purpose, my soul community, which I think I found, but like my soul, but that's like virtually, but I'm like, but my soul community, I'll just still put that out there, like, cause, um, we're always unfolding and becoming, and different spaces might be purposeful in that space and time, whereas in a different space and time, something else might serve you better. However it goes, my soul community though, like my tribe though, like the people that I could walk out the remainder of my existence, my life journey with, that they might just be a phone call away, like my soul community. Like I think I think it's not just about finding that soulmate, it's also just about living a life that like is on mission with your soul purpose, and that everything must align with that, from the mate to the community to the purpose to the job to the work that you're doing, like and I think that's very important for me, and I think that's very important for the world. And I think sometimes, I think that's why the world is kind of in the state that the world is in, because it's like we have lost our soul's purpose. Like we have like been seeking out external things like validation, money, wealth, status, and not really getting to like our soul mission. And I'm grateful for my community, like I was saying earlier, because like that's what it's all about. Like the community is about seeking out your soul's purpose, seeking first the kingdom of God, and allowing all the other things, the status, the money, the mate, you know what I'm saying, to be added onto you. And so it's just like, that's what inspired me to make this video. Like, that's what inspired me to be like, you know what? Let me just put the message out there to the ethers. Like, hey, y'all, I'm here. Autecia is showing up, because it's just like, I just don't want to continue living life on the sidelines. Like it's just not my thing. I never had an issue with clapping and applauding and cheering for anyone else, but then when it comes time for me, it's like I'm silent. But it's like I'm not doing that to myself anymore. Like I'm going to cheer myself on too. Like I deserve all the applause and all the hoorahs and rooting for that I give out so freely and give out so willingly and give out generously and genuinely, for the record. Like I deserve, like realizing that I deserve that too. Like I deserve those applause. I deserve that. Hey, I'm rooting for you. Like look myself in the mirror, be like, girl, you got it. Like go for it. Like don't allow fear to like get in the way of your soul's purpose. Like, and I'm just grateful because to be around people that actually want to see, you know, you be your best, it's just it's a different type of feeling. And I think just gives me that courage. It gives me that motivation. It strengthens my faith. I'm gonna be real, because I feel like God is in everything. When you really truly seeking out the kingdom, you find God in everything. You find the God in your community. You find the God in other people. And it's like, in that is substance, but in that is also like that mustard seed of faith that you've been searching for. And I feel like when you really look and find and seek out God in all things, like you can find him everywhere. You can find him in a conversation with your community. You can find him in, a conversation with a stranger. You can find him while you scrolling on Instagram on your algorithm. You can find him in a book. You can find him in silence. You can find him while you're doing your work, or you're studying. Like even today, earlier today, I was studying to trade. Like I'm learning how to trade options. I've traded Forex before, but I'm kind of coming back full circle, and I'm starting off with options, and then I'm going to start transitioning back into Forex as well. Anyways, but literally earlier today, I was like, God, come learn with me. Like come study with me. Like Lord, like be there with me so I'm able to like grasp the concept. Like be there with me so I'm able to grasp the information and have the capacity to learn, relearn this skill, but also learn things that I might have missed the first time around. Like come with me, come be with me. And I just want to carry that into all of my relations. Like And like I said, like sometimes we do a good thing and we think it's a good thing, but is that good thing a God thing? And the only way to know that that good thing is a God thing is to bring God with you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only way you gonna know. Cause if when you bring him with you, he gonna be like yes or no. You know, it's gonna be a yes or no or a not right now. You know, so it's like bring him and ask him and seek him out in everything you do. Like I feel like sometimes I'm talking to preach to the choir. Let me bring it back to self. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't never want nobody to think I'm talking at them. Cause baby, this is a conversation with me. I'm just letting y'all in on it. Okay, for the record. But bringing it back to myself, like sometimes I try to get ahead of God. And that has been like one of the most I guess you could say areas of correction that God has had to remind me like let me remind you who you are and let me remind you who I am. And like it could that's the hey, I've been humbled. Like I've been humbled. Sometimes it's just better to humble thyself before you gotta let God humble you. But I know how to humble myself and know how to be like, no, God, not me, not my will, your will. Less of me, more of you. Like I surrender. So like, yeah, now like every day I'm always like, God. Come with me. Come do this with me. Like, God, I don't feel like working out today. Come work out with me, Lord. Give me strength. You know what I'm saying? Lord, I don't feel like recording this video. Lord, come with me. Come give me strength. Give me the inspiration. Give me the motivation to do it. Lord, I don't feel like working on this course. I don't feel like editing these videos. I don't feel like this. I don't feel like this. I don't, and I think with our relationship with God, I think it's so, I hope I'm using this word right. It's so pivotal and it's so important that we be honest with him because he already knows our heart. He already sees he already knows and he already sees like where our heart is, our heart posture. And I think it's so important just to be honest though. Like, just to be honest, because it makes me think about Adam and Eve in the garden and how when God, you think when God went strolling through the garden after they ate of the fruit, that he didn't know that they already ate of the fruit. He knew. But God was being God. God keeping it copacetic. Like, I'm going to go on my scroll and I'm going to do what I've been doing because God is an unchanging God. You know what I mean? Just because you done fell into some sin, that don't affect God. So God keeping it copacetic. He doing what he do. He taking a stroll in the evening of the day. And who was out of order? Adam and Eve was out of order. He like, y'all supposed to, where y'all at? You supposed to be in the garden. I'm looking for y'all. Where are you? You know what I'm saying? And then Adam and Eve, they're like, we hid because we was naked and we didn't want you to see us. And God was like, you ain't think I knew y'all was naked? Who told y'all? Who told you was naked? Right. Who told you that you, who told you that? You know what I mean? Like, who told you that information? Like, how do you know that? And so I think, I think God is such an awesome God, because it's just like he knew the whole time, but he still asked the question, like, who told you was naked? Like, and And then Adam tried to deflect and be like, well, the woman you gave me. And then Eve was like, well, the serpent gave me, like, everybody just trying to deflect because with I feel like with divine knowing comes, it's like when it's like the saying, with great power comes great responsibility. With knowledge, with truth, with understanding and wisdom, it comes responsibility. It comes with the responsibility of being honest. You know what I'm saying? It comes with the responsibility of coming before him and just being honest about your heart posture, about your state of being, about your nakedness. You know what I mean? And like knowing that he is just and faithful enough to still love you, to still clothe you, to still cover you and forgive you, you know? And I don't know how I got there, but in essence, what I started this video off with is that, you know, God things are better than good things, you know? Like the fruit of in that, I'm pretty sure when they ate that fruit, it probably was good. It probably was like, you know what I mean? You know, the fruit of knowledge and evil don't seem to have hey, and so that serious starts sinking, you know what I mean? And they realize, like, hold up now, you know? So it's like, I think, I think I'd rather have a God thing than a good thing. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. And if you made this to the end of this video of this long rant of my train of thought, I appreciate you because you on a train ride, but I'm gonna always bring you back to the destination, okay? Because that is the essence of the gym. That is the gym, okay? So I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I appreciate the like on this video and the subscription, and I'll see you all in a new day.